Okay, seriously, this needs to stop. This is the last video I'm doing for the night because I feel like at some point during the hiatus will be a series of what ifs and unanswered question videos, but this video has been highly demanded, and honestly I'm not going to go the route you're thinking because this isn't necessarily a hey, if Warlock and Quincy got into a fight, who would win? And I've been ignoring the request to do this video because these characters have been dead for years, at least in our time. In terms of the haves and the have-nots, it's probably only been a couple of weeks, but nobody seems to care. But in any case, doing the videos about Erica and Warlock, Erica's sister, I just had to dive into you know what? Why do Quincy and Warlock hate each other? Now, the only time we see these two on screen together was in the episode The Sarandon Hotel, which was from season 1, episode 32. Most people remember this because this is the episode where Melissa forces herself on Jeffrey. Yeah. So in any case, we see Quincy, who just got out of jail thanks to Veronica, based off the suggestion by Maggie Day, because this was during the David and Jim run for the governor's mansion. Candace was getting in the way of going through a successful campaign, so they needed a bigger dog to take care of the dog who was giving them trouble. Quincy taking care of Candace. Veronica got him out. He's wandering around trying to find out where Candace is, who at the time has disappeared because she had been abducted by the Malones. So this was the first introduction to the Malones in the series, and this was when Candace was kidnapped by them and pretty much strapped to that chair for several episodes. Now, Quincy goes over to Warlock's, I guess you could say, territory. Warlock's talking for dude about an operation they want to pull. As Quincy's getting closer, you slowly but surely see people who were just standing around following Quincy, and then when Quincy gets in front of Warlock, everybody pulls a gun out on him. They check him. He has no weapons. Warlock tells him to back off. Long story short, the conversation, and I took notes on it real quick, pretty much Quincy is looking for Candace. Pretty much it. Warlock's pretty much, like, hey, if she wanted you to find her, she would have told you. Well, she disappeared, right? Plus, she doesn't even know I'm out yet. And in any case, Warlock pretty much is very defensive of Candace, saying that, look, she's out of this life now. I don't care if you have a baby together. She's in law school. She's legit. She's with some rich judge with some long pockets, but he's running for governor, so she's probably on the outs of him right now. So in any case, Quincy's still like, oh, I want to see her. For what, fool? Like, I just want to see her. And then it's like, well, maybe she's hiding from you. And it's like, she ain't got no reason to be afraid or hide from me based off what you did to her last time. That was an accident. Do like a fool to you, sucker. And then Quincy leaves and is like, look, Q, don't come around here no more. And that was the only time we saw those two interact. Now, this goes back to my video about how did War and Erica get together. And that was a speculation video on some certain things within the haves and the have-nots timeline that were vaguely alluded to, but we never saw in flashbacks or even full discussion. But one could argue that, and correct me if I'm wrong because I know Candace said this recently, was she 17 when she left Hannah's house to be on her own or something? Was she 17? In any case, we know that her and Quincy got involved with each other, and then during that time, of course, she met Warlock, and well, then again, Warlock was raised to be almost like a sibling to Candace and Benny. Dang it, I forgot to mention that in the Erica video. But in any case, those two knew each other since they were kids. So it makes sense that Warlock would be a bit overprotective of her because of that. But then we find out, Warlock and Quincy both have different organizations, if you will, on the streets. So the reason they hate each other is probably a combination of, bad business deals gone wrong between the two, drug operations or something like that. But then also on the flip side, it's the fact that Quincy beat his sister. And once again, I'm looking at the Warlock and Candace dynamic as siblings in this video. I'm not really talking about later on when Warlock found out that she lied to him and that had to do with the millions of dollars and he was physically abusing her. I'm really only looking at this from a brother and sister perspective. Just keep that in mind. I feel like, even more so when Benny approached Warlock about Quincy hitting Hannah in the face. Warlock was ready to throw down. He was like, look, you want me and everybody here to come as backup? Warlock was fully ready for his crew to go with Benny to the strip club, because remember, Benny was looking for Quincy and he was at the strip club. Warlock was was willing to drop everything and then go rain hell on Quincy, because I think Malik, the guy that RK was asked to look up for Candace in order to threaten Hannah in order to sign the bank documents so the millions of dollars will be sent back to her bank account. Even Malik was like, yo, your mom is respected in the hood. So once again, we learned also earlier that Hannah took in Warlock like a son. So yeah, it makes sense that if anyone put hands on Hannah, Warlock will be willing to fight as if that was his mother. So all I'm saying is, when it comes down to it, the fact that Quincy laid hands on Candace, and if you don't remember, this was mentioned early season 1. This was after Hannah found out that her house was about to be foreclosed on because Benny took out the mortgage without her knowing, to help Candace out, because this was after he was beaten so bad, or excuse me, she was beaten so bad by Quincy that Benny went to go find her and he passed by her because she was barely recognizable. So that's what Warlock was referring to in terms of, yeah, she might be hiding from you based off what you did to her last time. And then Quita later said that, man, he only hit you because he loved you. And all I'm saying is, I'm thinking that perhaps Warlock and Quincy had, well, the first thing that Quincy said when he approached Warlock and everybody had guns, like, yo, what's all this for, man? I ain't got no beef with you. I think Warlock is the one that doesn't like Quincy. I'm not necessarily saying that Quincy, you know, is looking at Warlock like a best friend, but it's like Warlock most likely hates Quincy based on how he treated Candace, as opposed to Warlock and Quincy having, you know, I guess you could say, gang disputes in the past. I think that it's pretty clear that they understand the boundaries and locations of their respective operations. It's just the fact that when Quincy, as soon as he showed up on Warlock's turf, everybody there followed him and then pointed a gun at him. So it's possible that those two had bad blood in the past, but I think most of the hatred is on Warlock's side, and it comes from how Quincy treated Candace during their relationship. That's the gist of what I'm saying here. But also on top of that, you know, yeah, that's about it. That's about it. So with that being said, you know, I even think about when Warlock found out about Candace lying to him, and then goes over to the house. He's about to kill her on the spot, but then sees Quincy's dead body on the floor. And then it's like, well, good work. So, you know, that didn't, you know, save her from, I guess you could say, owing him the money. But at the same time, he did not seem that shaken by Quincy's death. More so like, hey, you slayed your dragon, and that's about it. So with that being said, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Why do you think Quincy and Warlock hate each other? Do you agree with me that most of the hate and animosity comes from Warlock's side, based off how Quincy treated Candace during their relationship, mainly the physical abuse, and then the fact that Warlock looked at Candace almost like a little sister and potential love interest? I don't know. So with that being said, you know, be sure to leave your thoughts on any other what if videos, unanswered questions, characters who we didn't get a lot of information on, but you want me to theorize about anyway. And on top of that, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon. That way you don't miss out on any new content on the channel. So thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you soon. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. If you like what you just saw, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, or if you have anything you would like to add to the video, make sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to keep up with me on social media, go to the description box. All of my links for social media are right there. Also, if you feel like you would like to donate to the channel, make sure to click on the link to PayPal. Any amount helps. $1, $5, $20. As a full-time YouTuber, any support from my fans really does mean a lot to me. Finally, make sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification icon. That way you're kept up to date on any new content I post to the channel. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you in the next video.